Ethan, a 27-year-old from Ohio, thought he was finally turning his life around when he found a cheap little rental house on the edge of town. He had just gotten out of a messy breakup, needed space, and the house seemed like the perfect fresh start. The place was old but charming, with creaky floors, drafty windows, and a quiet neighborhood. But when he signed the lease, the landlord, a pale man with tired eyes, leaned in close and gave him a warning that made his stomach twist. "Whatever you do, don't open the locked door in the basement." Ethan laughed nervously, thinking it was some weird joke. At first, Ethan shrugged it off. The first week went by quietly. He worked, unpacked, and tried to enjoy the new silence. But at night, he began noticing something that wasn't so easy to ignore. Every night, at exactly 3:15 a.m., he would wake up. He didn't know why. It felt like something was pulling him out of sleep. And when he lay there in the dark, holding his breath, he would hear it. 3 slow knocks. The first night, he told himself it was nothing, maybe pipes or an animal under the house. But when it happened again and again, at the exact same time, it became impossible to ignore. Ethan tried everything, sleeping with the TV on, wearing headphones, drinking himself to exhaustion. But no matter what, 3:15 came, and the knocks followed. It started to feel like the house was alive, like it was waiting for him. His curiosity only grew, and every time he thought about it, his mind circled back to the landlord's warning, the basement door. One night, tired of being afraid, he grabbed a flashlight and went down into the basement. The air down there was colder, heavy, almost damp, as if he had stepped into another world. And there it was, the door, old, wooden, chained shut with heavy, rusted locks. Ethan stumbled back, heart pounding, whispering to himself that it couldn't be real. He fled upstairs and stayed awake until morning, but the sound never left his mind. The next day, he confronted the landlord again. "What's behind that door?" Ethan demanded. On pause, he said only, "It's nothing you need to worry about. Don't go near it." That night, the knocks grew louder, angrier. They weren't faint anymore. They shook the walls like fists slamming against wood. He lay in bed, drenched in sweat, his heart racing with every sound. He swore he could even hear whispers now, faint voices echoing through the floorboards. By the fourth night, he couldn't take it anymore. Grabbing a hand, marched down into the basement, his flashlight beam trembling in his hand, and pulled the door open. The smell hit him first. Behind the door wasn't a room at all, but a narrow hallway carved into the earth. The walls were raw dirt, clawed and scratched, as if someone had tried desperately to escape. Every step he took echoed back at him, the air growing colder, heavier. At the far end of the hallway, his flashlight caught something. A figure, standing perfectly still, swaying side to side. Ethan's chest tightened. "Hello?" he called, his voice cracking. The figure didn't answer. It just swayed, back and forth like it was waiting. His flashlight flickered once, then again, then went dark. In that moment of pitch black, Ethan heard it, the rush of footsteps pounding toward him. He spun, sprinting back up the hallway, tripping over the chains as he scrambled through the door, slamming it shut behind him. He shoved a chair under the handle and collapsed, gasping, staring at the door until his eyes burned. Hours passed. The house was silent, but when the clock hit 3:15, the knocking started again. Only this time, it wasn't coming from the basement. It was coming from upstairs, from his bedroom closet. Terrified, Ethan crept to the closet, knife in hand, and yanked it open. Nothing, just his clothes hanging there, swaying lightly as if touched. He turned back toward his bed, and his blood ran cold. Someone was lying under the blanket, the shape of a body, perfectly still, waiting. He didn't wait to see. He bolted from the house, barefoot, jumped into his car, and drove into the night, not stopping until sunrise. Hours later, he returned with the police, desperate to prove what he saw. But when they searched the basement, the door wasn't there. The wall was solid, like it had never existed. The landlord swore there was no basement at all, looking at Ethan like he was insane. But Ethan knows what he heard, what he saw. He moved out that day, but the nightmare never ended. Because now, no matter where he stays, no matter what time he goes to bed, at exactly 3:15 a.m., he wakes to the same sound, 3 slow knocks, echoing through the walls, reminding him that whatever he set free that night is still with him. So let me ask you, if you moved into a house and were told never open the basement door, would you listen? Or would your curiosity destroy you the way it destroyed Ethan?